Hi, welcome back for week 9 of our 10-week yoga series. Unfortunately, it's almost over. We only have one more week to go, but I'm so grateful to be here with you guys and continue on this program. It is necessary that you call and let Linden Rec Center know that you are participating in these classes so that way we know to make another 10-week series for you. But feel free to call and be like, hey, I want to see another yin class. Last week we did a yin class. So if you did enjoy that class and maybe you want to see more options with yin classes with props, call Megan, let her know, and we will definitely deliver for you guys. We are, as always, going to start with our singing bowl. If it's your first time joining this practice, welcome. We're so grateful to be here with you. If it looks like my eyes are closed, forgive me. The sun is right here, so I hope, my hope is for you is that the sunlight that's beaming on me is reflecting off of me and coming into your homes. So maybe that means maybe open up a window. But if it is your first time in this practice, I always ask that you honor your body and how you feel. I'm just guiding you along through these movements. If there's anything that just feels a little bit too much tension to the point of its pain, slowly come out of it. You always want to honor your body, because at the end of the day, even if you are here with me at the park and we're doing a session together, I will never know how your body feels. Even if you communicate it to me, I'll never really know how you feel. Only you know how you feel. So honor how you feel. You have those feelings for a reason, okay? So we are going to get started today in our easy seat. So just like me, sit up nice and tall. You can kind of remove some flesh from the back area so you're sitting nice and tall on the sit bones. The spine is lengthening up toward the sky because we're outside, and the spine is all the way up. So you can even imagine from the point of your head is just lifting on up to the sun. You're standing tall like a tree, like the trees in the background. Shoulders back, and you can rest the palms down to the ground. We'll keep the hands down for grounding energy, right? We're outside, we might as well. Ground down. And if you have your socks on at home, go ahead, take your socks off. Just allow your feet to be bare. You know, imagine that you are here with me for today's practice. Come into your breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Maintaining this breath in through the nose and out through the mouth is informing your nervous system that you are okay. That it's okay for your nervous system to relax. It's okay for you to just be here. Go ahead and do 10 more breaths as I play the singing bowl. Notice if any thoughts, feelings, or emotions arise, to let them go. Send them away with your exhale. Let's take a moment to tune into the birds. All right, so now you hear a few chirps. I'm gonna play the singing bowl one more time, and I want you to acknowledge it at home. When I play the singing bowl, all of a sudden the birds are like I don't know, is it just me because I'm here, but there's so many more birds being active when the bull is playing. So maybe you can observe that at home. This was just for fun. I feel like the one bird was like singing in the background with the bull. That was so fun. And we're gonna begin our practice. Thank you for tuning in on that fun little moment we had together. What we're gonna do is take our right hand against that right front corner of the head and push the head and the hand into each other. So what's gonna happen here is you're gonna feel a nice release. We're stretching out the muscles on the back left side of the neck, right? So we're thinking of that diagonal. So push for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opposite side, left hand pushes into that left corner of the head. Again, pushing the two into each other. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna take the right hand to the back right corner, just about that occipital ridge, right? My big head, that little curvature here that connects to the neck, you're gonna push. So this is great to do if you have a lot of stress from work, anxiety, and you feel like you're carrying it in the shoulders, in the neck. It's gonna help all that to release. We have many muscles of our neck. 2 and 1. Opposite side, left hand to the back, left corner, push it against. But notice how my posture is, right? I'm reaching my hand up to push against. I'm not slouching. Okay, we want to have that nice posture here. And we're going to go back again. We're going to go ahead and do it to the front right side. Push against. The neck is straight. Chin is up. Three, 2, 1. Left side. This is great to do at the office, or if you have relatives that work in offices, or they work at desk jobs, or they sit a lot. Even a truck driver, this is great for them because a lot of times people extend with their head and neck. So this will help. Or even high stress jobs. So this is something you could share with them. 3, 2, 1. Left side. And from here, we're going to go ahead and drop the chin to the chest. I'm just going to hold it. So what's happening here is we're stretching out the back of the neck, just allowing the chin to rest. With 3, 2, and 1. Rise on up. We're going to go ahead and plant the hands down just about 10 to 12 inches next to the hips, or you can go a little bit further back. We're going to drop the head back, and as you drop the head back, go ahead and open. So we're allowing the chin to drop. So we're just stretching out the throat. You can drop the head back more. Go ahead and tuck the chin towards the chest. And we're gonna make our way to straighten the legs down your mat. Once you arrive with the legs straight, wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet. You could do alternating or you can do together. Then we're gonna bend the knees and flex the feet. Try to draw the toes to the nose. So as if the toes are gonna like go in my nose, but not really, okay? So you're gonna stretch out the calves here. If you want a little bit more, you can find a fold, but breathe into the backs of the calves here. Again, the feet are active. Right, you might even feel it in the tops, in the shins if you have shin splints at home. Then we're gonna go ahead and point the toes. Try to reach, keyword try. Try to reach the toes down to the ground. Again, we're keeping the shape of the legs, knees are bent. Then we're gonna point and flex, alternating between the two, but pause. Hold it here. Again, as you always hear me talk, they say as you grow older, you do lose the ability to dorsal flex. So that's to flex the foot so you can walk more properly. So that's why I love working on these little movements here. So it'll keep us walking upright longer. Beautiful. Go ahead, lengthen the legs down. You can keep a slight bend of the knees or put a prop or anything underneath the legs. And we're gonna flex the feet, so now the toes are pointing toward the nose. Shoulders back, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. If you feel any pulling in the back and your legs are straight, bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale down. So every inhale, we rise on up. Every exhale, floating down. This is basically a moving meditation. Come on up, bend the knees, coming into our butterfly pose, and keep the feet as far away as you can, but keeping the bottoms of the feet to touch. Knees are wide. Again, you can put bolsters or blocks underneath the edges of the knees. Shoulders back, and literally the same thing. Every inhale, we come up. Over exhale, we fold. About 5 to 7 times at home. Beautiful. Straighten the legs out, shake the legs. We're gonna open the arms out. Exhale, cross the right arm over, and I'm just turning sideways so you guys have a better visual. Disregard the legs, keep the legs straight. Inhale, open. Exhale, we're gonna draw that right arm in. Inhale, open. As you exhale, opposite side. We're gonna go 5 times on each side. Spread the fingers. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna transition down to find our tabletop. So legs go back behind you, hands out in front, underneath the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide, press each finger down into the ground. Take a peek back at the knees. Make sure the knees are underneath the hips. We have a nice line there, and you can't see your feet. The feet are directly behind the knees. Taking our cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Gaze forward, slight bend of the elbows, press the tops of the feet down to the ground. As you exhale, press the ground away, rounding the spine, drawing chin to chest. So as we roll through and we're inhaling in our cow pose, you also are engaging in the core. If you'd like a little bit more, option to tuck the toes. So we're stretching out the bottoms of the feet. Beautiful. From here, tuck the toes, sending it back for our downward facing dog. Legs do not have to be straight. The hands do not move. Keep the knees bent. Draw the knees all the way back down into our tabletop. As you exhale, back into your down dog. Inhale all the way back. Beautiful. We're going to reset here in our tabletop. Walk the hands back toward you so you can come to a seated upright position. You can take the tops of the feet down to the ground or have the toes tucked. Having the toes tucked is going to stretch out the bottoms of the feet. It's dreadful, but if you can do it for 5 seconds, that's amazing. Okay? Draw the shoulders down the back. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the left. So my right hand is going to make contact on the outside of my left leg, and I'm going to push against. So maybe that left hand is reaching back, but we're trying to look over that shoulder. Keep the chin up so the neck is straight. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, opposite side, left hand. And I'll turn sideways to get a better visual. Left hand's going to push against the right leg. Option to keep the head out straight or turn. Try to look back over that right shoulder. And if it's too much to have the toes tucked, you can untuck the toes. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time on each side. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and bring the legs out in front. And we're gonna lengthen the right leg down. Keep the left knee bent. Outer, what is this called? The bottom of the foot is going to make contact with the inner edge of that right leg if possible, okay? So we're not in tree pose, right? We have the leg open out to the side and that foot is reaching here. Reach the torso upright, crown of the head toward the sky. We're just going to fold down over that bent knee for a second here. You feel a stretch in the inner groin. You can take the hands down to the ground for a little bit of support. If you feel your booty start to lift up, try to keep the booty down on your mat. Inhale, come on up. And we're gonna turn our torso towards that right leg, that right straight leg. Exhale, fold over the leg, right? But just find where you can go here. Inhale, rise on up, and we're gonna do that same thing. So our nice little flow, our forward fold over the bent leg, then turn, fold over the straight leg. We're gonna do that 3 more times. So fold over, again, stretching the groin here, that inner thigh. Keep the booty down on the ground. We hold for about 3 breaths. Coming up, turn the torso toward that straight leg. You can tent the fingertips, and if this is enough for you, amazing, stay there. Coming on up, back to center, shoulders back, fold. Inhale, come on up, turn. Last time. Notice if you could fold a little bit deeper here than the first time you did this. Come on up, shoulders back, turn the torso. Inhale, come on up, and we're gonna switch the legs. Lengthen the left leg out, bend the right knee. And again, remember, we're not at tree pose, so that leg is not out in front. We have a slight opening. Whatever that opening looks like for you to feel that stretch. Bottom of the foot, potentially making contact with the inner left leg. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, find your fold here. Keep the back body grounded down. You could even take the hands to the hips. Feel a stretch right here on that inner leg. Rise on up, turn the heart, turn the torso toward the straight leg. And the foot is just passive, we're not active here. Exhale, folding over. And do 3 more times in each side, or 3 flows you want to think, with 3 breaths, a 3-breath hold. Turn. Last time. Beautiful. We're gonna come on up and we're gonna make our way down to our belly. So hands come down, twist the legs, come on down and lay down. Get out of the way, thank you. We're gonna reach our arms out in front. You can lengthen the legs back behind you. We're setting up for our Superman pose. So the thumbs are reaching up toward the sky, and your gaze is just out in front of you at the mat. You're not looking up toward your hands, so we're gonna keep the neck straight. We don't wanna crink our neck, okay? Tops of the feet down to the ground. And we're just gonna hold here for a second, and let's think about it. So, as you inhale, you're gonna lift the body up. So the legs are gonna lift off, the arms are gonna lift off. So we're balancing on the middle of our body, the center of our gravity, okay? So as you inhale, lift up. Exhale down. We're gonna do this 5 times. Inhale up. And you wanna think about creating length here. The fingertips reaching away, toes reaching away from the body like you're Stretch Armstrong. Turn the palms down onto the mat. We're gonna take our left hand just to the top of our mat, just about 10 inches away from that left shoulder. My right hand is going to stay right underneath my right shoulder. From here, keep the hands where they are. Just lift one leg at a time so we're unlocking our hips. Then we're going to straighten the body out by straightening the arms. And as you straighten out, maybe you can press into that right hand so you can lift the left leg up. So we're turning to the outer edge of that bottom leg, that left leg. And maybe from here you can turn, look back at that right foot. Come back to center. Switch the hands. So left hand comes back to left shoulder, right hand about 10 to 12 inches from that right shoulder, and lift off. Press up. You can stay here, or you can turn, look at that left foot, opening up. We're gonna do this 5 times on each side. Come on back. Number one thing is we want to make sure that we always adjust the hands. So now my left hand is away from the shoulder, right hand underneath the right shoulder. Press away, lift that right leg high. Option 2, just look out in front at the trees or at the foot. Only if it feels good on the neck. So we feel this whole length we're creating across the body. Switch the hands. Opposite side. Hope I don't break the mic. But you want to think about really opening up all this here. This is where the stretch is coming from. So we're going across the body here. Okay, we'll move a little bit faster for these next 3. Come on up. Inhale, move, switch the hands. Exhale up, reach. And last one. Beautiful. Again, reach the arms out in front, setting up for this Superman. And if you can do what we did last time. We just kind of lift up on every inhale, exhale, come down. Right? That's our option 1. Option 2, if you'd like a little bit more, you can hold for 5 breaths. So reach everything out and away, unlock the hips, reach the toes away from the body. Your hands are reaching out, thumbs up, because we're amazing. Inhale, come on up. Exhale down, option 1. Option 2, we're just gonna hold, find length here, reach your fingers and the toes away, lifting up a little bit higher. Gaze is out in front of the mat. Lift up a little bit higher, you got it. For 2 and 1, come on down. Bend the elbows and rest your forehead on your forearms. Tune in with your heartbeat. What is your heart doing? Switch the hands. Same thing, rest the forehead down. ahead, open the arms out. We're gonna press ourselves up, tuck the toes, lift the booty, bend the knees. Come on up into our child's pose. Big toes to touch behind you, knees wider than the torso, and surrender down to the earth. Hands down. Relax your forehead. If you need a block or a pillow to put underneath the forehead, that's fine too. And the arms are resting on the mat here. 3 breaths. Inhale, rise on up. You're gonna tuck the toes. So we're in our tabletop. Tuck the toes. Send it back just like we did before. Nice, big, beautiful bend in those knees. A spider was on me. Another fun fact, I'm afraid of spiders. So, whoo. From here, we're gonna go ahead, roll forward, draw the knee into the chest or slide that foot up. Drop the foot, drop that right knee, untuck right toes. And we're just gonna stay here, right? Low lunge. You can kind of lean forward and back. So we're breathing into our hip flexor. If you'd like to rise up, you'll take the hands, you can walk the hands up to the top of that thigh, or you can utilize your blocks at home if you have them. And just slightly rocking forward and back. Inviting ease to our right hip flexor. Putting on a little bit of tension as we lean forward. Beautiful. Take the hands back down to the ground. Keep the right hand where it is. If you would like, you can tuck those right toes behind you, maybe lift off the knee, or keep that knee down the entire time. Okay? You have options, either or. Okay? From here, you're gonna lift that left hand high to the sky towards the sun. Oh, it's so nice to be outside. And look up at your thumb. Give yourself a thumbs up for participating in the practice today. Hey, might as well pat yourself on the back. Great job. We're gonna come on back down, left hand down, release the knee. Bring that left leg back, child's pose. Just one big, beautiful breath. As you inhale, rise on up. Tuck the toes from your tabletop, send it back, slight down dog with the knees bent. From here, go ahead and drag or slide that right foot forward. Plant that right foot next to the right hand. The left knee comes down. Untuck the toes. Keep the hands down. Or if you want to utilize your blocks, grab your blocks. So the ground will come up higher for you, for your hands. And just rock forward and back, very gentle. And if you'd like to lift up, right, you can take the hands to the top of that thigh. Right, releasing pressure in that hip flexor and putting it on as we lean forward. So you're gonna feel all this here. Go ahead and take the hands down to the ground. The left hand is going to stay where it is. Option to tuck left toes, release that left knee off the ground. Whatever you want to do, or keep it down. Left hand stays rooted down. Reach that right hand up toward the sky. Give yourself a thumbs up. Bend the elbow and pat yourself on the back. Take that hand back down to the ground, drop the left knee, send right leg back, child's pose. And once you arrive in your child's pose, bring the arms back behind you like so. Let's give some love to our hands and our wrist. As you inhale, lengthen the fingers away from you. Exhale, curl the fingers and the fists in. Every inhale, open. Every exhale, curl it in. And come on up. And we're going to turn to lay on our back. Keep the left leg long, bend the right knee into the chest. You can take the hands behind the thigh or on the top of the shin and draw knee up and in. Create circles with that right foot 3 times in both directions. And we're gonna go ahead and lengthen this right leg. Flex the foot. Imagine you're holding up the sky with that right foot. And you can take one hand to the outer edge of the thigh, one hand inside the calf if you can reach, or utilize your strap, okay? And we're just gonna try to guide that right leg to cross. Our goal is to keep the leg equal with our hip. So we don't want the leg to go lower. We're trying to keep it equal with the hip. So hold on to the leg and just slightly guide it over to the left as far as you can. Inhale, come back. Exhale, guide. Do that 5 times. Notice with each exhale, you can find a little bit more space, a little bit more stretch. But again, you're holding up the sky with that flex foot. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and bend the knee. Keep that straight line. Take the left hand to the outside of that right knee and draw it over. Open up that lumbar spine. Shoulders stay on the ground. You can look up at the sky. Maybe you could see some clouds, or maybe you can imagine some clouds. Come back to center, knee into the chest, give it a hug, maybe lift the head and shoulders from the ground, lengthen it down. Opposite side, bend that left knee into the chest. Option to have the hands on the top of the shins or back of the thigh. Create circles with that left foot 3 times in both directions. I can never make a circle with my left foot, it's so funny. Draw it in, one more breath closer. And lengthen the leg out. Flex the foot, hold up the sky with that left foot, okay? From here, we're gonna take the right hand inside that calf area or inside the knee. Left hand's gonna go to the outside of the thigh. And we're just gonna cross, very gentle. 5 breaths here every exhale. Turning it to the right side body. Well, not turning it, but guiding it to the right side. Woo, that was a good one. Remember previous weeks, we had our legs shaken with what we were doing, right? So another variation of that. If your leg starts to shake, that is common in yoga. You're not doing anything wrong. Your body's just releasing stuck energy. Some people call it trauma, emotions. Bring it back into the chest, bend the knee, right hand to the outside of that left leg, guide it over. Shoulders remain on the ground. You have space in your neck, and you're looking up toward the heavens, sending your breath to your back body. Draw the knee back in to center. One big hug, lift the head and shoulders if you can. Lengthen the leg down to the ground. And kind of wiggle the hips to the left and to the right, finding a nice proper position into the mat. Come to stillness. Allow the legs and the feet to splay out to the sides. Shoulders press down. And you can take the hands to your heart. Find your heartbeat. Breathe into your heart for our Shavasana. We're beginning to close out our practice today, inviting ease into the feet, into your legs. hips, heart, and the entire upper body and your head. Relax your jaw. And as you breathe deep into your heart, can you think of one thing that you're grateful for that has happened today? I know it's early. I know it's like 10:40 when you finally see this, or 10:50. But can we thank ourselves for a day of life, an opportunity to move, that we allowed ourselves to move? That we're creating our body awareness, we're exploring poses and exploring our body. This is when we take that exploration that we learn more. Like, I didn't know I could do that, or I never knew I felt like that. Whatever ideas come to your head too, things you think of. So take 5 breaths just to thank yourself for this. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Lean your head to the left and to the right. Create circles with the wrists. Both directions, circles with the ankles. And take a long body stretch, arms up overhead. Take the hands to heart space. And we're gonna end our practice here. Taking in one deep cleansing breath in, one regular breath before we begin. Inhale, breathe deep into the belly, into the lungs. Exhale, let it go. May your thoughts, words, and actions stem from your heart. As always, thank you for joining for a 10-week series. You can come to sit up, draw the knees into the chest, turn to the side, top arm comes down, press yourself to seated upright position, whatever that looks like. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in to these series. It's been an honor to be here, and I just want to share something with you. So just like laying here in Memorial Park in Linden, I remember being a kid, we had like field day here, like forever ago when I was a little mini person. And as I'm laying here looking up at the trees, I was like, I'm gonna remember this moment for the rest of my life. Just like I remember, you know, taking field day in pre-K, running around this park when there used to be a lot more to do here. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and I hope you have an amazing day. Maybe you can go somewhere to the park and just kind of look up and have that same moment. Watch the leaves fall or watch the birds fly, but just get outside, enjoy, you know, the sun, and enjoy being outdoors again. Have a lovely rest of your day.